Oh.
What?
You know that gate valve?
Yeah.
I've just snapped the bottom off it. I've just been called to this job. Over the weekend, a load of water had come through the ceiling because the overflow pipe had come disconnected. Now, they pushed it back together and they thought it was just a ball valve. But the actual, see if I can get up here, the actual float is below the ball valve. It looks as if it's had a new one here at some point before. Not the easiest roof space to get in. So yeah, this overflow joint here would come apart. The actual float is below the ball valve and this water is warm. So what this suggests to me is when the heating and the hot water comes on, this tank is what we call pumping over. You can tell by the redness in it. I've just had a magnet on the air sep and it's sticking. So I suggest that the blockage is within that point. Basically the water's not going around the system. It's being pushed up through this vent, causing the tank to overflow. And with that joint being off, we will re-glue that. It came straight through the ceiling. This tank here is fine. That's not anywhere near the overflow, and that ball valve looks fairly good. So I'm probably going to pop a new ball valve in here anyway, and we'll get this air sep cut out. So this is an air separator. We've got main flow coming from the boiler. That's your heating vent. That's your heating cold feed, and then this is your flow down into your pump and then into your 3-port, and then that fires it to the heating and that one fires it to the hot water. So normally if they're going to block anywhere, this is where they'll block. This is just a magnet. It's not the strongest magnet in the world, this one. It's actually for urinal flusher, these. I used to get them with them. But you can see that's sticking. So instead of the water going around the central heating system, it's being pushed back up this vent pipe. And you can see they normally block here as well. So generally what I do with these is just cut them out. As long as your cold feed and vent is within 150 mil of each other, that's fine. So I'll find somewhere a drain off tap downstairs, see if we can get this heating drained, and we'll see how bad this is when we cut it out. Is there a valve on the cold feed? There is a valve on the cold feed there, which we might be able to shut off. If not, I'll bung the tank. Heating cold feed coming down from the tank. Do I trust gate valves? Not really, I can always bung it. I'm just draining this heating down. I've brought my other hose in, but they don't fit these drain offs. There's no drain off taps on the heating system, so I just drain it from the boiler. You really want the clear condense hoses that fit on there, but I'll just hold it on. Can't be bothered. My van's parked 2 streets away, you know what it's like. Oh, it looks pretty clear actually, doesn't it? That's the cold feed. Normally you can pull these up a little bit. Not this time. Yeah, it's chocker. That's chocker. See this, and the camera picks it up, but that's absolutely chocker solid. I'll try and get you a better shot. Can you see? That'll be part of the issue. I might open that cold feed up into a tray, but it's blocked there. Can you hear it? Solid. The whole air sep will be like that. That's how they go. Hopefully it's not blocked above. We'll open that into a tub. It is running. It's shocking lighting. I've only just cracked that open. It is running clear. The main cold feed's not blocked above. Sorry for the bad camera work, can't get an angle. The heating being drained, I might just cut or disconnect it on top of that pump valve and cut it over there and just put a new section in here, unless we wash that air sep out. I don't know, we'll have a look how bad it is. That's why you never take anything for granted. Like, you could have come to this job and thought it was just a ball valve, couldn't you?
You're on the other camera now.
Anybody who wants to listen.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I thought it might have been pumped over.
Yeah, as soon as you see the tank, as soon as you see the float below the the level. Yeah, I'll just cut that feed over there. Let the plumber see the pipe and all that. control of a system, figure out what's going on. If you come across air seps and you come across that it's potentially overflowing, always check, because otherwise you just get called back and get, you know, it's easy to change the ball valve. I've been down the road onto the next job now, but you need to do the job right first time. We'll try to, we all make mistakes obviously. The only way I've learned is from experience. I'll never let anybody tell you like you've never made a mistake because you've never done a job.
See, we got water came through here, can't we? Well, it came out, didn't it?
Oh yeah, it peed out, yeah. I mean, it could have been like the boiler start or something like that, or control start on the boiler if it's boiling, but it's a fairly new Worcester. I wouldn't have thought it got to the point where it was boiling.
Pump's only on 2 as well.
Yeah, pump's on speed 2, yeah. It could be an issue with the pump. But I always start air set.
That screwdriver.
I'll probably get it.
Then?
Probably get it.
So the other grips.
I'll just twist it round. Oh, good.
Yeah,
right. This whole air set should lift out now. I think we should wash this one out. Through your pump. That's where you flow. That's your vent. It's solid there. Should we cut it there? I mean, they always go a bit there, though, don't they?
Yeah.
It's fairly blocked. I think it's fairly clear now, though, isn't it?
I'll give that to
You
you.
should give that sink a good wash out, leave no trace. I'm putting it back with compression just because it makes it easier when it blocks again, potentially. I could use press, I could use solder, but compression, I don't know, it just makes sense on these jobs. Just do whatever you need to do, don't you? I'm still going to put the new ball valve in this tank. I brought one with me to the job anyway. I've got to carry them in the van, so I'll pick one up because I said the tank was overflowing. But you just got to go into every job with an open mind. You know, never assume. That's where I drop my olive. I know, I was scratching around from in the van. got loads of nuts and no olives. Yeah, I mean, there's multiple ways you could do this job. Like you could replace that section, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But then I need 2 T. Well, I don't have to fit into the van. It's just you've got ample length of pipe, then, haven't you? Oh.
What?
You know that gate valve?
Yeah.
I've just snapped the bottom off it.
Oh.
I think I might put a lead valve on that one because the gate valve's just snapped in half. I bung the tank. Can't believe that, look.
There's not much water in the tank, is there?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, because I turned the cold feed off. Yeah, it's a fair bit. We'll have to bung it.
Yep. Where's your bung?
I'll get my bung out. Look at that, look. Good job it didn't snap topside. I can't recall ever snapping one of them. The bottom of that gate valve just snapped in half, look. That's a bung. We're going to bung the cold feed. get your hands in and just shove it in. Sometimes if the tank connector's got lugs on, they don't fit. But that's gone in there nice and snug. Has he got it, mate? I think we're in business.
Yeah, that's got it.
So what, we'll put a lever valve on there, Aidan.
Yeah.
The heavy-handed plumber broke the old one. I've got a cutter if you want it.
An olive cutter?
Yeah, it's probably buried in the van somewhere. You can normally get them with grips as long as they've not been over tightened. He's got it locked. As soon as you get them wiggling. I do have a proper cutter, but he's done it locked. That's why he's the best in the world. The very top tier. I'm going on bunger, and we've just got that cold feed to connect back in. New ball valve, glue that overflow.
So if we turn that on?
Yeah, turn it on, yeah. It should feel the heat in. Sounds a bit better, doesn't it? Glug, 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 glug. I'm going to put a new water air vent on this as well, just because it's peeing more water out than air. The only other thing that could possibly cause this is if the 3 pots collapsed inside, which is rare, but I've seen. Well, if the pump seems to be working, you could hear it running. It's one of the old Grundfosses, but I prefer these ones to the other ones. It's normally air sep. Not 3 pot, looks fairly new, doesn't it? Not new, but it's had a new head on it because it's one that's earthed. The black spanner generally don't fit the one on the auto air vent.
Nope.
They fit these ones, they don't fit the Cleefy nuts for some reason. Because Cleefy decided to make theirs 1 mil bigger than anybody else. I don't get why manufacturers do that. You can't use grips, you can't use my grips. Oh, that's been put on with held tight, mate. That's got held tight on it.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
That wasn't me just being...
Oh.
Still can't get on with your grips, eh?
See the black stuff? Oh no, it's just jet blue, but...
Is it just... Was it,
it looks like it's had some held tight put on it.
Why would you put...
I don't know.
Oh, that new blue stuff.
No, the black stuff, the stuff used on oil.
Oh.
It's called held tight.
Oh, it stinks, that stuff.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I've got some of that in the van, my van.
Aidan's just fired the heating up. I'll just go up in the roof and change the ball valve. It's all full, but so the water level in the tank should be a lot lower now because it shouldn't be dragging on that float. Let's have a look at you. I turned it off in the road, mate. That's a more healthy level. The vent seems to be, it's probably just venting itself, but the tank's at the right level now. It's filthy, it could actually do with a clean out. Trouble is, it's where do you stop with the job, do you know what I mean? Right, we'll get the ball valve changed. So this is a part 2 ball valve. I don't know if you can see. You can probably see as much as me. This is a part 2 ball valve, so you should just be able to split these on the tail. I think it's BS 1212, but you do get the odd ones that won't split. Got you. We'll just replace the fibre washer and just replace half the ball. Well, it's the whole ball valve, but you're just leaving the stem in. Hold your grips the right way, makes it easier. You can see how much that bacteria has been growing in the tank. Some of this can be inhibitor. Some of it's where it's pumping over. See, look, it doesn't tighten up. I've had this before with these. They should be the same thread, but they don't always tighten back through. It's a pain in the bum. should be BS1212. Yeah, that's a BS1212 ball valve and the other one's BS1212. So it should fit. But they don't all always fit. Ah, yeah, no worries. I'm going to have to change the whole stem because the ball valve doesn't fit. I'm going to have to change the whole stem because the ball valve doesn't fit. No, this vent, it's venting a little bit, but probably will do. It's venting a little bit, but it probably will do. No, just air.
Oh, yeah.
There's no water coming around. The tank's not hot like it was before. This plate here is quite important because it strengthens the side of the cistern, stops the ball valve from pulling down on it. I might just give this tank a quick wipe out. We'll get the water back on. The water level doesn't need to be as high as it was before. Somewhere about where it is now would be perfect. It's only a feed and expansion tank. You don't need it all the way up. So yeah, we'll get the water back on. I'll glue that fit in. We've had the heating running for the last, I don't know, 15 minutes or so with no signs of this pumping over. So I think that's job done. That's fine. Make sure we've got no leaks on that. We shouldn't have, because there's a new fibre washer in there. So you're happy with that. That ball valve will stop dripping, and it stops already. Yeah, all good, mate. Yeah, all good. Fine with that. I'm just going to glue this overflow, mate.
Have you got some glue up there?
There's a glue. I thought I bought some in the bucket. Yeah. Make sure it's connected all the way through. I think we're good. See what somebody's done, they've just put something up here, haven't they, and whacked it.
Yeah.
And we'll put some glue on it.
Going up here anyway, isn't it?
No, going out the face.
Like it from here, but...
Yeah, I think it's alright. Might be a little bit, but it's still overflow. You can see it wasn't the ball valve that was failed because of the water level on the float. You see how that one sat? It sat on top of the water. This was sat halfway up or 3/4 way up, suggesting the tank was being filled by another means. So if it overflows, the actual float all lifts up, unless there's a hole in the float, and then it overflows, whereas that was sat halfway through or 3/4 way through. Hopefully that makes sense. It's been called to this Evo Max. Apparently it's got an intermittent lockout on it. The problem is it's red hot at the minute, so if I take these electrodes out, they might only need a clean. I think I've possibly got some new electrodes in the van. I'll have to have a look. But one thing to watch on these is these flue turrets here. I think that one's been changed. They're originally like an alloy material. That's a plastic one. They can corrode and you can get like flue gas readings. So just doing a little bit of a visual inspection on it. AAV looks okay. But yeah, I just thought I'd show that. That is one thing that does go on there. Probably just, yeah. The problem is when you come to a boiler and it's working, it's hard to know what's wrong with it. I don't know when it's been reset. It could have just been like a one-off lockout, so it's probably going to be electrodes. I will just whip these out and have a quick look, see what's going on. These are going to be hot. I carry these in the van. I think I've got some. At least the screw didn't snap off. It's happened before. They don't look too bad. To be honest, I'll see if I've got some so I can show you the comparison. What's the gasket? There's no gasket on there, is there? There should be a gasket on there. It's not come off with it. So that's what they should look like, and that's the gasket that goes with it. To be honest with you, they're not bad. They're not the worst I've ever seen. They probably would clean up, but I'll put the gasket on. I'll have a look at that flame rectification as well, see what's going on with that. This screw here felt like it had been crossed. It was so tight. If the camera will focus, which it probably won't. Yeah, it's been strip lock on the end. screw's been stripped. They've probably crossed that into the heat exchanger. This one on here, this one came out okay. I've seen these where they've been snapped off before. They've definitely crossed that. Again, that doesn't look too bad. Got one of them in the van as well. But again, it doesn't look very bad. I mean, it could be a gas valve issue if it's going to intermittent lockout. Not there with it. I'll do my 26.9 checks on the boiler, and it might be something they need to monitor. I've just powered it back on. This should go through its motion, so the fans come on. This should spark in a second. You should be able to hear it spark. Has it got it should have a demand. As soon as it says switch live on, which it has, it's got a demand. So fan, you can hear it spark. I don't know if the camera picks it up, and we've got ignition. So it's come back on. So intermittent faults can be quite difficult to pinpoint, and so I'm not sure how often it's going to lock out, whether it just did it once, whether it's doing it weekly, you know, monthly. Changed that screw, that one that was stripped. So I'll just do my 26.9 checks on the boiler, and I'll have to just mark this one as complete. Auto air vent looks okay on it. Sometimes these leak. I mean, it is an older boiler. It's an Evo Max 1, and they do get used a lot. It's not like domestic where they get used like a couple of hours a day. These things are running 7 days a week flat out. I hate to see stuff like this in boiler rooms where they've not bothered to connect the discharges upon them. Them you're supposed to use a flexi, but that really they should have hard piped that one. It's just like stupid little stuff like that, you know. When that leaks, which it inevitably will when it fills up, it just pees straight out on the floor then. It's just kind of lazy, especially when there'll be a drain coming off this boiler down here, so they could have just piped it into, well, there's a drain running underneath it, a 2-inch waste pipe running underneath it, so they could have piped that into that. Like that as well, look. You've got bare electrics there just in chop boxes. I just always like to have a little bit of visual inspection of the plant room, see what's going on. Again, I might put the lid on that if I can find it. Somebody's changed the cylinder and like everything's like leaning on it now. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like lazy work, innit? You could have just made that straight, could have just moved that pipe along a little bit or put an offset on it. Everything is just wonky. None of it's been lagged back up, so you're just losing a little bit of heat out of that all the time. That's your secondary coming. Oh no, what they put that in there for? That's not secondary, is it? Why have they put the pump on the hot flow on that? It's an interesting way of piping it, isn't it? The pump, I would have thought the pump should have been on that one there, on that secondary. They've like looped it in on the hot and then back around. Interesting way of doing that. I've not really seen it done like that. That's kind of an unconventional way of doing it. It must work. I mean, look, everything shakes on it, look. You touch it. They've not even tightened the clips up on that hanger. Anyway, nothing to do with me. Expansion vessel 3 mile away from the cylinder. No drain off tap on it. And then, yeah. Unvented discharge. That is common in boiler rooms, to be fair, just drop it straight on the floor. Not the neatest job you'll see. That secondary pump is going that way, and that's why they've put a check valve on that hot. I can't quite work out why they've done it like that, but it's probably when they changed the cylinder. I mean, it must have always been like that pipe from new. You see that pipe moves every time somebody runs hot water. I might tighten them clips up while I'm here. But yeah, I don't know. Not like I'm criticising anybody's work. I'm just like. Well, I suppose I am. You could say I am criticising somebody's work, but I don't know. I just like to make sure everything's right. I've done my 26.9 checks on this now, and I'm fairly happy that everything is working. I say it's been going through its motions. It's been ramping up. It's been ramping down. So there's not a lot else I can do with this one.